Ladies and gentlemen, I believe the Florida judge and jury will either acquit former President Donald Trump or it'll be a mistrial. Really quickly, I'll read you NBC News. How the Florida judge overseeing Trump's trial could hobble the Justice Department's case. So you have NBC, Democrats, media trying to disparage the judge in Florida. Why? Well, it's interesting. When they go after Trump for complaining about judges all the time, when, of course, a judge, in the rare occasion, sides with Trump, they say, oh my God, it's the end of the world, it's the end of democracy. I have stated this before. The judge will show the jury exculpatory evidence. That's going to exonerate Trump. Interestingly enough, there are leaks coming out of the Department of Justice, so that too could compel the judge to just toss the case or, inform the jury of these leaks. It is against the law for the Department of Justice to do that. And a lot of these leaks, only the DOJ could have given that information to media. The interesting thing also about the audio, the Trump audio where he's laughing and discussing magazine articles, okay? He doesn't actually say, I have this classified document that I didn't declassify. He's talking about either a magazine article or the story and says, yeah, it's really top secret. Or no, he doesn't say that. He goes, it's secret. I could have declassified it, but I can't now because I'm out of the Oval Office. You don't know during the audio if he's actually talking about the New Yorker article or the actual document, but the document doesn't exist. The DOJ doesn't have it. And furthermore, they didn't indict Trump on that. So they never indicted Trump on the actual document that he opposed. So the absurd lie that he tried to get us into a military quagmire in the Middle East, it was actually the general that Trump was defending himself from, stating it was, Trump stated that General Milley wanted to invade or create that conflict, not him. He didn't want to create any conflict, okay? When you say that Trump is the anti-war candidate or president, he is. We have a quagmire, for example, in Europe. The rebuttal is, well, they invaded, okay, but there's zero emphasis in the Biden administration to stop the hostilities, to create a ceasefire, to create to negotiate a settlement or peace deal. That is why that's one of the many reasons the Democratic Party is the more militant and hawkish political party. Even more so than the average Republican, but definitely infinitely more so than Trump, because Trump would have prevented that from taking place. He would have negotiated and worked for some kind of negotiated settlement, okay? He would have forced or at least encouraged both parties to get to the bargaining table like what happens in a diplomatic setting, okay? So you have Democrats saying, well, we're not for military quagmires, they invaded. That was what the rebuttal you got when Tim Pool debated the liberal host. Yeah, they invaded. Okay, so where's the emphasis on stopping and putting an end to a never-ending military conflict that has, where you've seen hundreds of thousands of lives altered or lost, negatively impacted or just lost, and the atrocities, and you have all of these things taking place while Biden is president. Why wasn't there an invasion when Trump was president? Because both of those sides knew that Trump would have used the United States, our diplomacy, our military power, economic might, to try and negotiate a deal. That's just to prevent the hostilities from taking place. Like President Obama stated, the 80s want their foreign policy back. Okay, that's a different story, but hit subscribe, by the way, to this channel. He's not going to he'll never step foot in prison or jail, not even for 1 second. So the morally superior, highly educated liberal Democrats who think Trump is the criminal mastermind, the epicenter of all evil in the known universe, Donald Trump will not even for 1 second step foot in prison or jail. He never committed a crime. We know this also from the fact that before he was indicted, media had no clue as to what the DOJ or the special counsel was going to indict him on, or even the Manhattan district attorney. They really didn't know. They didn't know exactly what they were going to indict him on with the hush money thing. They didn't know really exactly what the classified. They didn't really know. See, you could indict Clinton, and I think she'll be the 24 nominee, Hillary Clinton, for the Democratic Party. I cannot see mashed potato brains going 8 years, but I've been wrong before. You have specific crimes that Hunter, according to the New York Post, Ted Cruz, Chuck Grassley, the Daily Mail, any reporting on exactly what took place. That's why Twitter banned the New York Post. Another thing, the Tim Pool debate. I just can't. It was so annoying when the person he was debating said, "Oh, I'm against censorship and banning things." Democrats love banning. That's all they do. They ban words. They ban the information about their political party. When's the last time you read the DNC emails? Oh, okay. Aside from that showed that Bernie Sanders was cheated. Why did Twitter ban the New York Post reporting? That's what's called censorship. Not preventing young people from viewing things they shouldn't view, that you could view if you're an adult. That's not censorship. That's not banning anything. That is preventing, young people from seeing certain things they shouldn't see. The American people could not read the New York Post reporting because they were banned on Twitter, okay? Or the American people did not get the full story. It was not talked about in the same manner as all the millions of allegations against Trump. That's what's called silencing critique, debate, discussion, discourse. That is what Trump and people who vote for Trump are against. The interesting thing is, getting back to the classified data nonsense, Clinton had servers. Again, you're expecting the American people to just completely ignore not only a double standard, the most obscene double standard known in the history of mankind. You had servers that siphoned classified data. It was illegal, and there was almost numerous criminal acts. You knew exactly why. When there was a question mark about Clinton getting indicted, you know exactly why she would have been indicted, because of transferring the classified data onto servers. Any political pundit who has 1 million to 4 million sub channel that didn't want Clinton indicted for those crimes to ensure that Bernie Sanders obviously Bernie Sanders would have won that primary. First of all, Bernie Sanders, I of course understand, is a tool of the Democratic Party, just to funnel left-leaning votes back into Joe Biden or Clinton or whatever. Okay? They will never in a million years pass a Medicare for All bill. They had both the House and the Senate. They didn't. And they cheated Bernie Sanders, then blamed another country for letting us know that they cheated him. But anyway, the point is this. Where was I getting? What was I getting to? The issue here, I'm all over the place. The issue here, ladies and gentlemen, is that there's too much of if the standard is you can have servers with top secret intel, you could then indict Trump 50, 60 times, and Democrats will always be worse on literally every topic. My God almighty. Servers, much worse. Worse than boxes from a former president with the power to declassify. How did Clinton get top secret intel on those servers? That's an illegal act, very criminal, and President Obama knew of the servers. Again, I think Hillary Clinton will be the 24 nominee for the Democratic Party. I can't imagine her not being the 24 nominee. Okay? Hunter, you know exactly. Pay-to-play, clear bribery schemes within the New York Post. Very obvious from the emails the New York Post published. Okay, you wouldn't have to guess. With Trump, they found 30-plus documents, and then the big, oh my God, smoking. Okay, what the audio doesn't show that he committed a crime. It wasn't a deposition, just like the hot mic in 2015 wasn't a deposition. He didn't admit to anything. What Democrats do is they accuse others of what they're guilty of, and they go after their political opponents in a manner Trump never did. Give me your thoughts. That should have done. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe to this channel.